Afternoon all, hope you're well. Well, it's a lot better looking day today. Oh, I still about 15 mile an hour offshore, or west southwesterly, but there's less roll in the water. That looks a far better day today. I have got the mackerel jiggers on again. I did say yesterday that'd be my last go, but I went round my mother's last night and I got a bollocking for not bringing any mackerel round. Oh, I didn't have many, but some old boy had them off me on the car park, so I thought I'd give it one more go and that'll be it for the summer. But that's getting towards autumn now. Herring will be here in a week or two, so this will be my last trip mackerel jigging. That was a lot nicer day today. On the run further along the coast today, head more to the north, see if there's a bit more fish up there. But that do look a lot better than what it did yesterday. I don't know if you can see, I can see a bit of weed in the breakers already. But that doesn't matter. Hopefully we'll clear all that. There was a little bit yesterday, but it wasn't too much. Oh, got warm in this old tractor cab. Sure, that's a lot nicer day on the water today. It's so much roll in the water and the wind's a hell of a lot less. Oh, there's a little bit of a scuffle, but nothing to worry about. Hopefully we'll get a few backs. After yesterday's disastrous trip, we deserve to get a few. That was a nightmare, wasn't it? But you gotta be in it doing it. Well, it's the first drop and the line looked like that's going a bit mad, so we'll bring it up and give it a look. There might only be little ones, but that's better than nothing. Well, they come. That's a bit better, isn't it? Can't complain with that. And actually fell into the box. There was even 4 fish on the other side. Alright, they ain't very big, but to get 8 or 9 fish straight away when I only had about 9 or 10 in 3 hours yesterday, that's lovely to see, innit? God, I had more fish in 5 minutes than what I had all the trip yesterday. Alright, they ain't huge fish, but pike gangs will love them. For anyone who hasn't watched this channel anymore, what I've got is a Bellatronic jigging machine, what's a computerised reel. Obviously got the spool on the back, we're mainly filled with braid with a mono leader. Obviously run to a roller and letterbox, then back to a stripping box. Obviously them bars are set so the mackerel get pulled off as it's going through, and it just goes straight over the side into a chute down to the trace. Simple really. Obviously got 1 inch side of the boat, or it ain't very far apart, but I don't work deep water so I ain't got to worry about too much. On the end of that is a 20 hook mackerel trace, just feathers, with little bits of tube and little bits of curling ribbon, ever so simply just tied up. And on the bottom of that is a 5-pound cannonball lead. I need a heavy weight to stop them from crossing. A lot of people only use 3 pounds for this sort of thing, but I need 5 because they're so close. A lot of boats have these on like chutes extended out, like going out to here to keep them apart, but obviously I can't do that on a little boat. That's just too much for me really. Let's see if there's any more on there. Be nice. Only one, but it's far better than nothing, innit? Let's see if there's any on the other side. 3, 4. See, I only use light line, I set it light. So if anything get jammed, let's stop on the clutch. Because I use finer mono and lot. A lot of them use 200-pound mono, I only use 100. I find that fish a lot better. If you look on the front, that's got the clutch settings there. If I had that clutch turned right up, that would part that 100-pound line. So you saw that one mackerel got jammed that didn't strip off properly, and that stopped it. That's what you want, because I'd rather stop it than part the line. Because only a lot of people use a 200-pound, like up Scotland and north and south coast and stuff, but I can't use it around here. If I use that heavy old gear, I won't get nothing. So that's why I set the clutch light. 5 minutes in and I caught more fish than I did yesterday. Unbelievable, isn't it, how it go? Alright, the quality ain't quite as good, but they're still not too bad size. Though a few of them are bordering on the limit. and a few are just a little bit under, but they're ideal. I don't mind eating a few myself or vacuum packing them for pike anglers. They're cracking for pike. They're full of oil at the minute. I had some for tea the other day and they were so packed full of oil, there's oil all over the grill pan. They are cracking to eating, they fresh mackerel. I'm getting a lovely drift today, that's perfect. Just going along, crossing the contour lines, getting a nice drift. I can't ask any better than that, that's perfect. That really is good. Just what I want. I ain't got to mess around with drogue or any other stuff. There's a few bits and pieces coming through on the fish finder. But there ain't a huge amount. When you find there's a huge amount of fry little on the top, I mean there ain't no mackerel there. Because obviously when they're all across the top they're just settled, but obviously when the mackerel chase them they ball them up. So hopefully we'll get a bit better day today. As we're drifting out into that deeper water, I'm now working 40 foot of water. When I started that was 20. The numbers seem to get lower. There's only one on this go. This is me less as further out you get in the deeper water, but normally the deeper water you find the better stuff. But one's better than nothing in it. Hope that'll be a good day today, but cross my fingers. Well, I just got a better one, but they're right tight to the bottom deep. They're on the last two hooks next to the lead. Apparently they just give me a catch alarm, but that will see it work, does it? See if there's any on here. Oh, there's a few. Only 3, better than nothing. There's old Charlie Seal watching us with a guillemot right next to it. I don't know what to do because we're normally netting around this coast, or most people do. They're looking, oh, just splashed him with a guillemot, scared him away. They continue swimming around looking for dams and nets. Well, obviously I ain't got any, so he's not quite sure what I'm up to. Look at that lot coming through. There's got to be some bait, some mackerel chasing them bait fish surely. Look thick as guts, don't they? We'll see, I'll go and give the lines a look. See if we've got a few. It'd be nice to have a few of them. There's got to be some mackerel chasing that lot, surely. Well, there was nothing on there. There didn't seem to be so much fish in the deeper water, so I'll come back to this start of the drift again. Alright, we got a few mackerel. Better than yesterday. If I got that every drift, I'll be happy. Alright, they're not massive fish, but they are fish at the end of the day. There's a few better ones amongst them. That'll be for my tea and for my mother to stop her from giving me a bollock for not bringing any round. But yeah, back to the 20 foot of water and we'll drift out and do it all again. We've got 20 hooks aside. That's long, deeper in the water and in 20 foot of water, so the gear's actually coming out of the water each drop. That's ever so shallow in here. You got 100 yards off the beach, it's only about 6 foot deep, ever so shallow. Well, there haven't been many fish this drift, we only had 2. Let's give this a lift up, see if there's any in here. Oh, there they've done. A few more that time, can't be bad. One's just got jammed in the stripper bars, typical. Well, once I got that one out, jammed in the stripper bars, there's quite a few in here, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I can grab it. You can't blame with 16 in one drop, can you? That's bloody good going. I'm happy with that. Surely there's got to be a couple on the other side. Let's give this a look. Unbelievable, isn't it? Loads on one side. Oh, yeah, I did improvise. The one who just parted and I lost the lead, and me being a pillock, when I re-gel coated my floor the other day, I cleaned all the bits and pieces out. I took all the bloody bits and pieces and spare leads them, so I got a small lead, and a big bolt. Adapt them in, improvise is all what it's about. That's amazing. I got 2 fish on this second drift. Until just then I got 16. Typical, innit? All that water you go through, but the fish above the wet towel, that was in one drop. Unbelievable, innit? That's how you want it all the time, like you get on the safe coast and up Scotland. Lucky buggers. I think we've got a few more on. Look at this. Let's have a quick look. One, two, three. That's 4. That's better than nothing, isn't it? 4 mackerel dancing around. Even one made it in the box on its own. There's a few fish here now. It's a lot better day than yesterday. They didn't like that wind yesterday, but it's so much better today, isn't it? There was even 2 lowly little mackerel on the other side. They ain't very big though, they're little old things. But a fish is a fish. That's better than getting nothing. There's seen a lot more improvement today. But the tide is eased, so I'm not drifting along the beach so well. I'm shooting off a bit quicker now. But there's still a few fish here. It's not too bad. Can't complain with that, can you? Couple of little macks. Well, I'm now into the deeper water, about 35 foot deep. There's only a couple of mackerel on it, but one's a stonker. The better mackerel seem to be in that deeper water. You seem to get the joeys in the shallower water. That's weird how it go, innit? Ever since that line parted, I lost the £5 lead and I put that small lead on that bolt. I ain't had nothing on it since. I don't know whether it's causing a bit of vibration and the mackerel didn't like it. But I'm getting them on the other side. Doesn't make sense to it. I ain't had a single fish on that side since that's gone to that bodging lead and bolt. Very strange. You thought mackerel wouldn't care, would you? But they appear to. Another lonely one on the bottom hook. As that tide's eased, they all seem to have gone tight to the bottom for some reason. I don't know why. But we're getting to the end of the drift. I'll go back inside and you've got an hour of tide left now. But there's a lot more fish than yesterday. Still isn't enough, mind you, but there's still a lot more. Bloody hell, whatever next? Bodgy Bolty has caught his first fish. Oh, that's a tiny little thing, but that's still a fish. I thought, I ain't get nothing with that bodged lead and bolt on there. I can't believe I emptied the boat out when I done the floor and forgot to put the spare leads back in. Bloody typical, innit? Lonely little mackerel again. You get in this deep water, that seems to just be, get off the ledge, that seems to just be singles all the time. Don't understand it. That's single. Well, I got outside the contour lines into about 45 with 1 foot of water. I'm now going to run back in the beach, give it another drift and see how we get on. We seem to be not drifting so nicely now, we seem to be heading out at steeper angles, obviously that tide's eased. So I'll then motor back in the beach, get back in that shallow water and we'll have another drift. That's funny how it go. I would expect there to be more fish as that tide start to ease, but that first drift seemed to be the best. Oh, I did get that 1 drop with 16 mackerel on the second drift, that was nice. But they just seem to disappeared to 1s and 2s now. I know they need a little bit of tide to feed, obviously. They push the bait fish like a wall of water against the tide, but I definitely the fish seem to eased off. Well, it's come to the end of the year now for mackerel for here, but there's still a few about. At least we had a lot better days so far, and we did just, well, yesterday. I mean, you had like 9-10 mackerel yesterday. Well, we got more than that in 1 drop, didn't we, today? It doesn't seem like that wind, but that wind has picked up here, so I don't know what's. That's put the fish off a bit. It doesn't seem to like that wind here. When that picked up yesterday afternoon, the fishing sort of died, but I was done the same today. Yes, wind's picked up a bit, and that's why the fishing's gone off. Well, the last hour of tide, and winds picked up a bit, so winds overtook the tide. You see, instead of drifting with the flood, I'm now drifting with the wind. I haven't seen so many fish on this drift. I haven't even seen one yet. They seem to be in the strength of the tide. They seem to change their habits every day. Monday they're all at the end, and strange, isn't it? No one can ever work out what's going on here. Well, just had a couple more right on the bottom hooks. I'm in 40 foot of water now. Them fishing sides in are gone, and they're all a bit deeper, but there's only ones or twos. When I get to the end of this drift, I might motor back to the south so we can get a little bit more tide. There's ones and twos and a lot, is it really? Yeah, there weren't a lot there in the end. The last drift or two has been very poor, so I think that's because if you look there, I was drifting across the tide, not with it. The wind was overtaking everything. So if I go further to the southern, there's some deeper water close in where I can get behind the cliffs out of this breeze, so hopefully I'll drift better with the tide and not across it. It seemed to make a difference. Well, I've just run about a mile and a half to the southern. That's a lot deeper water here, close in. Hopefully we'll drift better, time will tell. But there's a lot less wind here than what there is further to the north. There's a few rollers coming in. Now the water's near high water and it's getting over Scroby Sandbank. But hopefully we'll get a few fish. That's what we need. If you ain't getting anything, you got to move and change something. That ain't just magically gonna happen for you. Well, I haven't really paid off moving, we ain't had nothing yet. But there you go. Looks like the start of the change. Just looked at the plotter and noticed that the temperature's gone down 2 degrees in the last few days. That's a dramatic fall, isn't it? We're getting the start of the autumn season now. Time for the herring nets. See if we get a few herring, hopefully do a few kippers. They're bloody lovely. We ain't get nothing here yet. Give it a little bit longer. Well, I've tried a couple more places on the way home. There's been nothing there. I think as soon as that tide eases, that's it. There looks to be no fish on the first of that ebb. That's all on the flood, strength of the tide. As soon as that tide eases, they sort of disappear. Well, that'll be my last mackerel trip of the year. I know I said it the other day, but honestly, it's this time. Mother's got a few mackerel she can have for tea, so she'll be happy. And that's that. Alright, thanks for watching, boys and girls. Time to steam them. See you later. Bye.